Thanks to the entire Transatlantic Migration Democracy Dialogue Network, I am humbled by the opportunity to be speaking to you today. Special thanks to Melis and to Meg, my good friends. Haven't seen you, Meg, in a long time. And Melis either, thanks to Corona. But it's good to see you at least, you guys online. I'll be very brief because of the extensiveness of issues that I have been requested to speak about. I think I was given 10 minutes, so I'll try to keep things very, very brief. And I will try and focus mainly on the Advisory Board for Ethnic Relations that Meg just mentioned, and how it's related or its link to alliance building and partnership. And then I'll just make a short conclusion with 2 points on why does it pay back to build alliances and partnerships. So as mentioned, I work in the Ministry of Justice as a senior advisor, but I have been mandated with the task of being Secretary General for the Advisory Board for Ethnic Relations, which is similar to your network, also a network. But the difference is it has been established by the government and formalized by a government decree that stipulates the functions and purposes of the advisory board. In the government decree that was actually passed in 2015, the government establishes Ethno with the sole purpose of functioning as a platform for dialogue and collaboration between migrants and other ethnic or cultural minorities with public authorities, political parties, and various other actors in society. So that's the main purpose why the government has established this advisory board. And in addition to the purpose, the government has specified particular tasks that the advisory board is supposed to do, which include creating concrete or practical spaces for such dialogue through meetings, forums, workshops, so on. Secondly, to monitor the state of good relations in society. I will not go into the good relations concept. That's a whole different issue to discuss, but that's an important role. And then thirdly, to work as a consultative expert on policy, legislative work. Fourthly, the advisory board can participate in different implementation and research projects as a partner or as an implementer. And fifthly, to disseminate information on relevant policy issues to different stakeholders and groups. So those are the tasks that the government, through the decree, has given to Ethno. In addition to a national advisory board for ethnic relations, the government also stipulates that there will be established 7 regional advisory boards for ethnic relations, which have the same tasks similar to the national advisory board. And these regional advisory boards are established and coordinated at our regional centers, specific regional centers for the economy, transport, and the environment. And I think some of, for example, I think Meg has been somehow involved with our regional board in southern Finland, if I remember correctly. So that was Ethno in a very, very small nutshell. But I hope you get the idea of what this is. This is a formalized platform established by the government for every 4 years with those specific purposes and tasks. When it comes to building partnerships and enhancing cooperation, which is, I think, in line with this topic we're discussing today about alliance building, the goal is very simple. As I said, the government has seen the need to create a formal platform that avails equal opportunities for minority population groups, the possibility to have open dialogue, be it on policy, be it on legislature, be it on current affairs that are affecting society at the moment. And through building this formal platform, it encourages different actors in society to collaborate and to cooperate when dialoguing, when trying to come up with solutions and come up with different ideas how to tackle different issues in society. So we hope that the members of Ethno, when they are named into the advisory board, become equal members despite the organization or the body that the individuals represent. They work together as a unit and they work towards a common goal. And we hope that the partnerships that they build in Ethno are carried through even after Ethno, after the 4-year tenure. We hope that those partnerships last longer than their tenure in Ethno. The second, I would say, great value to cooperation and partnership building would be to utilize what I call, or to add value to the expertise that we have. The reality of things is that we have experts on different issues scattered all over the country. We can have, for example, top experts on youth policy. For example, in central Finland, we can have migrant women's specialists or experts somewhere in Lapland. And the question is, how do we harness all this expertise when we need it in order to impact policy or legislature? So Ethno tries to work as a funnel somehow to bring all these different expertise together into the right channels so that they are they're put forward to the right ministries or the right departments or the right, be it parliamentary groups or so on and so forth. So that's what we also try to do when it comes to partnership building, to bring different expertise together, because we believe that that expertise complements one another when it comes from different sources. To end my short presentation with how does this alliance building pay back, I thought of looking at two aspects. One from mainly the individual perspective. How does the individual gain building from having a platform like this? And then the other one is more from the government's perspective. So starting with the first one, we've been talking a lot when we've been formulating different policies, especially when it comes to integration, migration, good relations policy. We talk a lot about creating a sense of belonging. And one aspect that's pertinent in strengthening the sense of belonging is building and availing equal opportunities to participate in decision making, in policy making, in legislature making. So we believe that by making such a formal platform available that gives different population groups the opportunity to participate in policy formulation and decision making, we are somehow strengthening the sense of belonging, especially for people who have moved here from elsewhere, like myself. And in that sense, giving the people the feeling that you can influence and participate in and on decisions that are pertinent, part and parcel of your life and the life of those who you care about, it will somehow strengthen your feeling of being part of the society, of the country, of the place where you live. And then from the government's perspective, for the last few years, there has been a very strong trend towards open government initiatives, where there's open dialogue about making government and governance as open as possible. We still have a long ways to go, but the ultimate goal is to make policy making and decision making as open and as inclusive as possible to different population groups, to different interest groups. Ethno works as a channel through which that openness of governance is made available, not only to experts, but also to different population groups, different cultural, religious, or different age groups, for example. So from the government's perspective, it's a win in that it makes what it's doing as open and as available as possible to everyone.